Aaron was a mountaineer. He used to work for Intel as a mechanical engineer, but, well, in that field, burnout comes for you all, I suppose. He quit back in 2002 so that he could climb Mount McKinley, the tallest mountain in North America, and moved to Colorado to pursue climbing full-time. It was his passion. On April 26, 2003, he began a solo canyoneering expedition through Canyonlands National Park in Utah. As he descended deep into the crevice of Slot Canyon, a 360-kilogram boulder that had been suspended above him dislodged. His right arm was trapped. His hand was completely crushed. No one knew he went on this trip. He had no way to call for help. The realization slowly dawned on him. This was where he was going to die. About a week ago, I started playing Project Zomboid with my best friends. We haven't been able to survive longer than a day. For a long time, I found long-lasting consequences to be lacking in video games. When you die in, I don't know, Call of Duty, what happens? You respawn from a checkpoint 20 seconds ago. Now, I'm not trying to bash that. I think for shooter games with a very linear story, well, it actually quite fits. It's suitable. However, what consequences are caused from dying? Minor annoyance? Losing at most a minute of time? These aren't consequences. That isn't a consequence. And without any real consequences, there aren't any real stakes. You die in a game, you reset, and that's it. It's not exactly interesting, is it? The first day started as any other does, in a little house on the outskirts of Rosewood. Here, we meet Dixie Dozier. The starter house was quaint, but it had plenty of food, a screwdriver, an M9, and on the first day, Dee manages to secure the house and begins to explore the surroundings. There's a school across the street, a busted-up pickup, and although a few zombies had to go upstate, she managed to secure a sledgehammer too. After looting the house next door, she got cocky after killing, what, a dozen zombies already? Well, what's a few more? "5 days. Aaron spent 5 days trapped under that boulder. During the first day, when he realized that there was no way of getting out, he began to ration his remaining food and water, that being 300 milliliters of water and 2 burritos. The first 3 days were spent attempting to free his arm, pulling, pushing, snapping, breaking or moving the rock. Nothing he did worked. As the sun set on that 3rd day, he was out of food. He was out of water. If he wanted to survive, he had to amputate the arm. Permadeath is a potential solution to the issue. It's contextual, of course. That style of punishment wouldn't exactly work in, I don't know, fucking Mario, but for certain games, it's perfect. A great example being Zomboid. You know, the game that this video is about. When any mistake could be your last, it makes every decision, every action, every fuck up far more important. And in doing so, far more engaging. She wasn't bit. She had scratches and lacerations on her upper right arm and had, it hurt like hell. But she would survive. After she was bandaged, she went out exploring. She managed to pick up a shotgun and get a better look at the town. There was a fire station behind a garden nearby. There would be some good stuff in there, but that wasn't a problem for today. For now, she just needed to deal with the wounds that she's been inflicted. She couldn't sleep from the pain, so instead she began to work out and read. Sure, zombies will kill you, but being unfit and, more importantly, being bored will get you killed just as quickly. The next morning it was foggy. This was good. Miss Dozier was already light on her feet from her previous occupation, and the fog would cover her even more. Although, it would cover the infected too. She would be more safe, but she would need to be even more careful than before. Her wounds from yesterday had both become infected. Suppose that's what you get for sweating so much right before bed and not washing the bandages. But, regardless, she made it to the fire station. The issue there being that there were so fucking many infected. She managed to lure them, of course. Some quick thinking and she had them all round up and led further into town. It's future Dixie's problem. And after that, all she had to do was jump a few fences again, and she made it. After securing and looting the station, she had better clothes, plenty of food, a safe place to sleep, tools for carpentry, and plenty of real weapons. No more relying on a fucking frying pan. At this point, Dixie was set. She was insanely exhausted, but she would be safe here for a few days at least. Well, shit. This was bad. She was hungry, thirsty, sleep-deprived, and exhausted. In terms of gameplay, she would attack at half speed and do 95% less damage than usual. 2 zombies isn't an issue usually, but right now she can't fight them. For now, all she can do is hide in the upstairs showers and try to sleep. If they break in now, she's dead. After the 3rd day, Aaron began to hallucinate. He ran out of water and food at this point, and around this time, he began preparations to amputate. He decided incisions would be made on the mid-forearm and began attempting to make tourniquets before creating small incisions on the forearm. He worked on this through the night. During the 4th day, he realized that he's not going to be able to cut through the bone. He couldn't do anything anymore. On the 5th day, he resorted to drinking his urine. On the canyon wall, he carved his name, date of birth, and the date he presumed that he would die, before taping his final goodbyes to his family on the camcorder that he brought. This was it. He's not gonna make it past the night. And he was starting to come to terms with that. That night, he hallucinated again. He saw a child. His child. He saw himself playing with them. He saw a future. One where he didn't have an arm. He would later go on to credit this hallucination with giving him the strength to do what he was about to. As the sun rose on the 6th day, he surprisingly woke up. His arm had begun to decompose. He could smell the rot seep into his nose. The multi-tool he had wasn't going to cut the bone, but he could use leverage. He bent his arm further and further back, every inch of his body fighting him, every self-preserving instinct in our animal brains telling him to stop as it bent and creaked and rubbed and bled and snapped. It took him another hour to cut the remainders of meat, those tough tendons that couldn't just be ripped. But he was free. He still had to make the climb out of the canyon and signal for help, but he was free. Aaron made it. Project Zomboid is sorry for the emotional wayplay. Project Zomboid is particularly interesting with its use of permadeath. It allows for you to tell interesting stories with these characters. I know for a fact if I died in this game and respawned, I wouldn't give a tenth the amount of shit I do about Dixie fucking Dozier. If I could respawn, I wouldn't dread every time that I have to open the health menu and check if it was just a scratch or a bite. I wouldn't spend several minutes preparing for every single fight. I wouldn't have to genuinely consider if I want to take a risk or not. Does this approach work for every game? No, of course not, but it makes this game, it makes Project Zomboid special. She, surprisingly, woke up. She felt a bit better now. Her wounds were beginning to heal and she wasn't exhausted. She was very hungry, but she's okay. After taking care of the infected that invaded the building, she headed downstairs. Hearing more infected outside the busted window, she headed towards the side door. Where she failed was where she thought the sound was coming from. It wasn't the window. Fuck! Oh no, this is bad. Oh, she got hurt again. No, there's a fucking ton of them. Oh, someone got in the fucking building. Shit! Aaron survived. Obviously. I wouldn't be telling you this story if he didn't. That would be kind of fucked up of me. Dixie is alive. For now. Currently, she's still living in the fire station. When she woke up the next day after resecuring the building, there was the sound of glass smashing. So, more got in. Currently, she's hiding upstairs, trying to prepare for a fight, but she's hurt, sick, very depressed, and hungry, so honestly, she's probably not going to survive the fight. I haven't had time to go back and play more yet, so I don't really know what the point of this video is, if I'm being entirely honest. I'm trying to force myself to make some real content for once, instead of streaming to 5 people as I always do. One of the friends I talked about at the beginning of the video, the two of us have a deal where we're gonna make a video this month. We're gonna keep doing it every couple of months, but I want to upload every month. Aside from that pressure, I really want to make videos because real life is permadeath. When I'm dead, my streams will be gone. And currently, the only thing that will be left of me in 60 years is my Twitter, my dissertation. I want something to be left by me. Let's be real here for a second. I'm not a good essayist. You just watched this video, you can fucking tell. But if our little upload at least something every month challenge continues, and I keep making essays for years and years into the future, and you're here in however many years, a fan of my content looking through my backlog, I want you to see how shit this video is. Genuinely, it's terrible, isn't it? Compare it to how good my video essays will be. Or are, I suppose. Think about how much I've learned in those years. You can too. It doesn't have to be video essays, but whatever you want to do. Play an instrument, learn a language, a new skill. Get really good at giving head. I don't know. You can do whatever you want, but I've learned you can too. So do it. Join me in this journey and get good at something. I'm gonna learn to get good at video essays because I really like Jacob Geller. I don't know what else to fucking say, man. Oh, and speaking of being shit at a skill and trying to learn, maybe by the next video I've learned how to end a video.